I'd like to open with some comments about the events associated with Maunakea. Yesterday was one of the most difficult days of my presidency, beginning with the heart-rending arrests of kupuna on the mountain, then the call from the UH Manoa Hawaiian Studies Department for my resignation, and then the demonstration here on this campus. And there were also demonstrations at other parts of the states and at UH Maui College yesterday afternoon. I know that not all regents will necessarily agree with me, but I personally have deep respect for people in our society who disagree with the actions of authorities and choose to exercise peaceful and nonviolent civil disobedience as a tool to advocate for change. This is how I was raised, and it's part of my personal story. Other people, then as now, have chosen to be arrested to show the depth of their convictions and, perhaps more importantly, to try to move others. And that is no small statement when people choose to be arrested. I also have the deepest respect for the law enforcement officers who have an incredibly difficult job to do in upholding the law, often across the line from their family and their friends. And painful as it is on many days, such as yesterday, I'm also really quite proud of our students, our graduates, our faculty and staff standing up for what they believe. Solutions to hard and systemic issues in society come only when as many of us as possible truly listen to those who can look at the same fact and come to different conclusions. That is easier to say than to do, especially in the heat of the moment. Black and white is easy, gray is really hard. And I know there are those who accuse me of not listening. I can only say that listening does not mean the same thing as just doing what you ask me to do. And that doesn't mean I'm not listening and that I'm not hearing. Although I don't reply to everything I get, I do read my email. And besides many click-through form messages, I've received email with words like war criminal, disgusting, despicable, shameless, hypocritical, sinful, corrupt, spineless, greedy. And these are not just coming from Hawaiians. I've also received many respectful and caring pleas to stop TMT. This morning I heard, "You can make it all pono. We are a forgiving people." Yesterday, as I returned to campus early from a scholarship signing event to meet with the demonstrators, one of my friends from decades ago who was there to protest stopped me by the side of the road, looked at me and said, "I still love you." That, like the tone of what transpired yesterday on Maunakea, where kapu aloha prevailed, is part of what is so special about this place that I've chosen to make my home. Of course, I received many requests also from both Hawaiians and non-Hawaiians to stay the course. They say things like TMT is important to education, to high-quality jobs, to inspiring our children, to bringing together traditional and modern knowledge systems, and to being a place where law matters. Right now, my first and highest concern is for the safety of everyone on Maunakea, including our students and faculty and staff. UH has no authority whatsoever over law enforcement, although we are actively trying to help. Greg Chun is there today now on the mountain. I was truly heartened at the peacefulness that transpired even through the arrests yesterday, and I'm doing all I can to maintain that spirit and the nonviolence that prevailed. That said, as many people have noted over many years, this really is much bigger than TMT or even Maunakea. One of the messages I received this morning said, "It's not about being anti-science, it's about anti-erasure. It's about listening to and respecting the voices of a people and their entire culture trying to exist on their homeland." TMT has become the flashpoint of where we are today in Hawaii after actions of 125 years ago and even earlier. Recovery is deeply and positively underway, incredibly complicated, and nowhere near complete on any dimension. There are many voices, Hawaiian and not Hawaiian, not just on every side of this specific issue, but also on the even bigger, broader issues of how we move forward together as a society around not just land use decisions and self-determination, which lie at the heart of why some do not resonate with rule of law arguments regarding TMT, but also around issues of education, health, homelessness, incarceration that impact many in Hawaii, but disproportionately impact Hawaiians. There is no doubt that what is happening on Mauna Kea is creating deep rifts on our campuses and beyond. There are no easy answers. And although it may sound disingenuous to those who disagree with me, I will be doing all I can in the days, months, and years ahead to try to keep us together on these issues where we can agree, while trying to keep the rifts from damaging even more our ability to achieve our core mission as the University of Hawaii in service to all the people of Hawaii. One of the messages I received from a colleague early this morning challenged me as to how UH can become a lamaku, a leading light for communities at this time and for the future. It's actually some of these messages of hope that inspire me and get me to work every day. So although yesterday may have been the most difficult day to date for me, it was not likely the most difficult I have before me. And you should know, I get cheerful on this too. It also had some bright spots, as does pretty much every day I serve as president of this amazing institution.